I asked the question.
I studied the game, and it just never changed. Technical question here. Who would Shaq be if he had your work ethic? He'd be the greatest of all time.
On the stage, late Kobe Bryant. A man I love, respect, a man you ran with, and we had the pleasure of watching you guys dominate the league for year after year after year, okay? You came in to, I want to say the Lakers, the day they signed you. I may be wrong on the date, July 28, 96 or something like that, when they signed you.
We actually came in the same day.
Same day, that's right,
Same
because
day.
Jerry told you, I got this kid that's coming out.
Right.
And, you know, the $120 million contract they're talking about, he was bringing this guy, terrible trade, by the way. Vlade Divac would have been a great center for the Lakers. If
It was a good trade for us.
Yeah, it was a very good trade for the Lakers. But I asked the question from Kobe, and that was picked up on social. They talked about it on First Take, Stephen A., a lot of different places. I said, who would have Shaq been if he had your work ethic?
And I can answer that.
Please.
I would have been Shaq. I mean, Kobe was a beast. Nobody worked harder than him. But I think you can find success in many ways. You know, for me, I had 8 hours of work, 8 hours of business, 8 hours of family. See, Kobe was just getting married, getting to his family. I'm already 4 kids in. So after I put in my 2-3 hours of work, now I have to be daddy. Now I have to be husband. Now I have to take care of business. And mentally, I'm so strong, I don't need to work out for these bums anyway. That's what I'm thinking. So, you know, I think it would have been a better question if we'd have no championships, no MVPs, and I would have been an absolute familiar. But the resume you just read, that was a hell of a resume, sir.
It's a hell of a resume. You can't question that.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's a great resume. By the way, from your perspective, because you've played alongside, I don't know, Garnett, Nash, Pierce, Allen, LeBron, Wade, Malone, Peyton, Kobe. You've ran with a lot of people. You work with a lot of people. So we read about it as fans. We're not in it. We're not in it to see what's going on. And, you know, Wade's a winner. Garnett's a winner. Pierce is a winner. Allen's a winner. You know, LeBron's a winner. Kobe's a winner. The mindset of Kobe, how different was his from everybody else?
It was alien-like. When he was 18, he used to be in the locker room dribbling and shooting without the ball for hours. And then you see him practice the same move on the court. Like, he was obsessed with being the best ever. I was obsessed with being the most dominant. He was obsessed with being the best ever. And sometimes you sacrifice a lot of things, and he did. All he did was work out.
All he did was work out.
All he did was work out. And I knew all he did was work out, so I used to push his buttons all the time because I knew what I was going to give you. I knew if I could have somebody else that can give similar and more, I was definitely going to win. So I was always the guy that presses buttons. The audience thought that it was a personal thing, we hated each other, but no, it was me and my leadership style and what I chose to do to get him to perform at a higher level.
How would you do that? What was your style?
I press his buttons.
How would you press it? Tell us.
I press his buttons and say, this ain't your team, this is my team, little man. You might be Kobe, but I'm the Shaq. And it would just eat him up inside, and I would see that, and I would use that. Notice how out of all our interactions, Phil Jackson never intervened. You know why, right?
Why is that?
Because you got 2 animals going at it. And his only request was, on the court, make sure you play as one. And, you know, that's what we did. So.
Was there ever a meeting, I don't know where I read this, was there ever a meeting between you guys? You like this, don't you? It feels good? Okay. Was there ever a meeting with you guys where Phil told you guys, brought you guys in, Dylan, do me a favor, stop, buddy. Did Phil ever bring you guys in and say, you guys have big egos, but I got a bigger ego than you? Did he ever do anything like that or no?
He never said anything because, you know, he didn't want to tame us. You got one guy averaging 30, 32. You got another guy averaging 29. You got 2 guys chasing each other.
He didn't want to tame you.
He didn't want to tame us. They were on the same team.
When you and Kobe did the interview, Kobe said, you know how Phil would go in interviews and make comments to get under our skins, and it would piss us off, and we would fight each other, and then eventually we would unite. Was that pretty common with Phil? Was that his style?
All the time. He would mess with me and I would mess with Kobe.
So what was one way he messed with you? What is Phil's style of messing with you?
He would just, say something like, "You're not ready," and I'd be like, "Well, I can't be ready if this guy's shooting all the shots." So he would say something to me and I'd throw it right back. Genius work.